What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Michael Apuma here, the Hulk Hogan of Hulk Hogan Collecting. And on this episode of Look Through, we have the SummerSlam 1998 original program. This is the one that I got at the event. I was there. It's my first ever pay-per-view. And yeah, this is my childhood program from the actual event. $5 back in 1988. We got the Mega Powers and Elizabeth looking on from the actual event. Awesome Mattel figures. So let's take a look, man. I can't believe one of the few things that I have from when I was a kid still. Awesome cover there with Macho Man, Hogan, Liz, and New York City in the background. Of course, this was at Madison Square Garden on August 29th, 1988. It was a Monday. Little known fact. So let's take a look. And right off the bat, we have that classic Superstars, I don't want to say calendar, but you know, multiple pictures of all the superstars. Awesome. A lot of the programs on the first page have this. We have the Outlaw Ron Bass. A little weird how Demolition is separate, but awesome. Hogan looking sick with that headband. Look how young Ultimate Warrior looked. Hercules, Outlaw Ron Bass. There's a little article on SummerSlam 88 about what's gonna go down, the matches. Now, I did start to get this program signed a couple years ago. I'll get into it when I get to the pages. So this was the main event, Hulk Hogan and Macho Man versus the Mega Powers versus the Mega Bucks, Andre the Giant, and $1 Million Man. Lost my train of thought there for a second. There we go. Look at the yellowing. I mean, I love this. To think that I got this at the event, it's pretty sick. But it's true. Look how big Andre looks in that picture. So sick. Look at the size of his head. My goodness. Okay, so here we go. Here we get into some of the autographs. This was for the Tag Team Championship. Demolition versus the Hart Foundation. I got this signed by Axe and Smash at WrestleCon, WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. Now, crazy story. I stood by Jim the Anvil Neidhart's table for about 20 minutes debating on whether or not I should spend my last $20 or $25 it was to have him sign right here. He had an awesome pink Sharpie, I believe it was. I don't believe it was a paint pen. This was back WrestleMania 33, so this is 7 years ago. And I stood there. I only had a couple more dollars with me. I had my son with me. It was a long day at WrestleCon. It was a long trip all the way to Orlando for WrestleMania. Expensive trip. And I did not pull the trigger. And the following year, he passed away. So, guys, if the guy's there, you want the autograph, you want the picture, do it. Because tomorrow is not promised. And how awesome that would have looked with a pink Sharpie. Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Brett, I could still get signed, but he's so expensive. Yeah, so that's my story about Jim the Anvil Neidhart. All right, now we go into the match that did not happen. Brutus Beefcake, the Barber, versus the Honky Tonk Man, Outlaw Ron Bass, on an episode of Superstars. Saturday morning, took his spur and, you know, damaged Beefcake's forehead, got him out of the match, and Honky came out, did an open challenge, and of course we know Ultimate Warrior came out and beat him in, what was it, a minute? Not even. So that ended the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship at that time. I wish they would go back to this title. Oh, sorry. Same WrestleCon. Honky Tonk Man was there. And I think this dude way back 7 years ago wanted like $50 for his autograph. So I did not get it signed. But at that same WrestleCon, I did get Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake the Snake versus Hercules. At that point, he was feuding with Ravishing Rick Rude. Don't know why they didn't go with that match. But they went with Hercules. Now again, folks, this SummerSlam, not the greatest wrestling ever. But again, I was there. It was my first ever pay-per-view, so it always holds a deep place in my heart. British Bulldog versus the Fabulous Rougeaus went to a 20-minute time limit draw, or a 15-minute time limit draw. I believe it was 20 minutes, to open the pay-per-view. So, good wrestling, but I don't know. To start a pay-per-view off like that, not really sure who booked that. And then we get the Bolsheviks versus the Powers of Pain. I got this signed at 80s WrestleCon many years back here in Jersey. It's a great con that they put on here. Again, not an awesome match, but when I'm 8, I love it. All right, we go Koko Beware. Again, that was at 80s WrestleCon versus the Big Boss Man. Big Boss Man looking big. Ultimate heel right there. I believe he killed Koko in that match. Ken Patera versus Bad News Brown. What a stinker that match was, even at 8 years old. Again, Ken Patera was at 80s WrestleCon, and I didn't pull the trigger because I think this dude wanted $40 for his autograph. So, 2025, but 40 for Ken Patera? Nah. All right, we got the original Rock. The Rock Don Morocco versus Dino Bravo. A rematch from their WrestleMania 4 tournament first round match. And JYD versus Ravishing Rick Rude. Again, Ravishing Rick Rude, that's the Slammies outfit. There he is fighting Jake the Snake, and that should have been the match at SummerSlam, but they went a different way. Sad part is that a lot of these guys, I mean, 4 on the page right here, are no longer with us, so you can never get it autographed. So pretty sad. Getting to the end already. Again, 80s WrestleCon. Brother Love, Bruce Pritchard, I love you. Brother Love, awesome autograph. Jesse the Body Ventura, he was the special guest referee in the main event. And then who remembers Spotlight magazine, magazine dedicated to the one person. So this one, wow, this was the first one, premiere issue. And it was all of Macho Man. I used to love Spotlight. New from the World Wrestling Federation. All you ever need to know about your favorite wrestlers. That is awesome. September 20th. And now we're going to get to the back, which is another sick view of the city. The west side. The old school Madison Square Garden logo. Some fireworks in the sky. And if you open it all together, it would make one good poster, but I don't want to because I do not want to ruin this program. So, a little tidbit for you guys if you ever wanted to buy some programs. They do sell this where it says SummerSlam 88 and then it will say Collector's Edition. That means it was sold at the newsstand. You want to get the ones that have nothing. That means it was sold at the actual event in the actual arena. A little tidbit for you guys. So that is my SummerSlam 88 program. Again, my original from when I was a kid. Pretty sick, man. I am debating on whether or not to get it signed by Hogan. It just stinks that you can never get it signed by Macho Man and Elizabeth, but we'll see. A nice yellow paint pen on this would look pretty sick. And yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in for this look through episode. I'm gonna keep them coming. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. Peace.